What a complete disaster Porsche has made of its supposed EV transition. Oliver Blumer, the last CEO, was fully on board with all the electric net zero program, ignoring the terrible response to the ridiculous Taycan model, which despite not having an engine, still sported the turbo designation on one variant. Try and work that one out. Due to a change in, bizarrely of all things, cybersecurity rules in the European Union, Porsche had to withdraw its existing Boxster and Cayman models, two of the greatest sports cars you could imagine. Trust me, I had one for a time. And naturally, the replacement had to be a battery electric model. Not because Porsche drivers actually wanted one, but just because, the net zero mind virus and all that. But the company has now engaged reverse gear, recently announcing that there would be a combustion variant of the new Boxster and Cayman. And now it looks possible that the EV version won't ever be made. And that sound you can hear in the distance is Porsche fans breathing a very long sigh of relief. Welcome back to MGUY, British engineer and lawyer turned Sydney YouTuber. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and make sure you click that subscribe button down below and enable all notifications so you don't miss out on any future videos. It's all completely free. And don't forget to check out the MGUY store, where you can purchase some cool anti-EV products like this t-shirt, hat and mug. Or alternatively, you can chip in a small donation at Buy Me a Coffee. Links to both are in the description, or you can scan the QR codes on screen. Before we get into the Porsche story, I thoroughly recommend you read this article in the New York Post, which brilliantly summarises the insanity that the auto market has gone through in the last decade, desperately trying to dance to the tune of the environmental nutcases in government and the billions of dollars it has cost them, not to mention the thousands and thousands of jobs lost in the process. It also deals tangentially with Porsche's electric disaster. US European car brands have lost $114 billion on EVs as idiocy abounds in electric market. Just 2 years ago, Mary Barra, chief executive of General Motors, declared, "We believe in an all-electric future." She went on to claim that the challenges her company was facing in the EV market were merely temporary bumps on the road to net zero. But as Bob Dylan famously observed, things have changed. On January the 8th, GM announced it would take a $7.1 billion hit in charges against its earnings, of which $6 billion is due to Barra's failed EV strategy. In a filing with the SEC, the company also warned that it would take more write-downs this year as part of a strategic realignment of EV capacity. The car companies made 5.4 million EVs in 3 years and incurred an astonishing $20,887 loss on each one. GM's move came less than a month after Ford Motor Company announced it was taking a $19.5 billion write-down on its EV business. Ford has racked up a jaw-dropping $35.1 billion in losses on its EV misadventure, which raises the question, why on earth does Ford chief executive Jim Farley still have a job? Ford's EV disaster will go down as one of the biggest fiascos in modern automobile history, yet Farley still took home $24.9 million in compensation in 2024. It's true that global EV sales are rising. Some 20.7 million EVs were sold last year, up 20% from 2024. But those numbers are misleading because nearly 2/3 of those EVs were sold in China. Of the 20.7 million EV units sold, China accounted for 12.9 million and Europe for 4.3 million. Meanwhile, North American EV sales totaled just 1.8 million last year, or 9% of the global total. Further, EV sales in the US grew by just 1% in 2025, and in Canada they dropped by a whopping 41%. The US-based pure-play EV makers had a lousy 2025. Tesla, which is now the world's second largest EV maker, saw its sales drop 9% in 2025. CNBC reported that it was a stunning reversal for Elon Musk. Rivian got hammered. the EV company delivered 42,000 vehicles in 2025, an 18% decline from the previous year's 51,579 units. The largest drop came in the fourth quarter, and that decline was blamed on the expiration of the $7,500 tax credit at the end of September. In addition, Kia's EV sales dropped by a stunning 50% in December. And here's the section relevant to today's Porsche story. It's worth considering what's happening at Porsche. In 2022, the company declared that by 2025, half of its sales would be either fully electric or hybrid electric, and that by 2030, all electric cars would make up more than 80% of profits. That just hasn't happened. Last October, Porsche recorded a third quarter loss of $1.1 billion. A company official said the loss reflected the cost of Porsche reworking its product portfolio to shift back to gas-powered vehicles in the face of tepid EV demand. Earlier this month, Porsche admitted it had lost $1.9 billion on its EV investments. As one news outlet noted, the losses stem from projects that failed to attract customers, particularly in China and the US. Sales in those markets dropped sharply, prompting the company to halt or scale back several planned EV projects. Well, I'll leave you to read the rest of that article in your own time. The link is in the description. And the next chapter in the Porsche story is the fact that the battery electric versions of the Cayman and Boxster may, thankfully, never see the light of day. New Porsche 718 Boxster Cayman EVs might be killed off by development hell. The next-gen Porsche Boxster and Cayman were originally supposed to be EV only. Now it's the EVs that could get cancelled per a new report. Late last year, Porsche wound down production of the 718 Boxster and Cayman in preparation for what was originally intended to be an electric-only successor. Then it became clear that Porsche would add a combustion model to adapt to consumer preferences and an ever-changing regulatory climate. Now we have to entertain the possibility that the 718 EV never happens at all, as a new Bloomberg report says that Porsche may cancel the battery-powered version of the upcoming sports car. New CEO Michael Leiters, who stepped into the role on January the 1st in place of former Porsche boss Oliver Blumer, is said to be considering scrapping the electric 718 Boxster and Cayman due to development delays and rising expenses, per Bloomberg, citing anonymous internal sources. A Porsche spokesperson declined to comment on the matter to The Drive. The future of the 718 line has been a nagging bugbear for Porsche. The sports car maker announced roughly 2 years ago that it'd have to discontinue the latest generation of the vehicles, which entered production way back in 2016, due to a new cybersecurity law in Europe. At the time, this was disappointing, but definitely the right move. Porsche was preparing a battery-only sequel set to drop in a few years, and re-engineering the electric architecture of a decade-old vehicle just to stick around until then didn't make business sense. But then the reality of current EV demand set in, coupled with a growing movement to reverse the European Union's planned ban on gas cars in 2035 and a particularly worrying fiscal year for the company. So Porsche decided to course correct and redevelop the next 718 to support both internal combustion and electric powertrains. We can't say exactly how long that plan lasted because we're not a fly on the wall in Porsche's boardroom, but it seems like a length of time that could best be counted in months. Now Leiters may well ditch the electric version of the 718 altogether, a vehicle that was initially designed to only ever be electric in the first place, as a consequence of tightening purse strings. Well, it's not just tightening purse strings that should be forcing the decision, it should be the fact that no real Porsche driver would touch one. We don't need to rehash all the arguments again, but it's the engine and powertrain that provide the engagement in cars like the Boxster and Cayman, like any sports car. An electric motor in such a car just turns it into a bland eco blob, identical to any other electric motor and battery car. If you want to buy a Nissan Leaf to go to the city and back every day, and you're lucky enough to be able to charge the thing on your driveway overnight, go for your life. But don't touch the true DNA of brands like Porsche. The driving experience of a flat six with a manual or DCT transmission simply cannot be matched by an electric drivetrain, no matter how many fake noises it makes or fake gear changes it uses to try to disguise that fact. Thanks very much for watching, really hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any tips or stories, go there. If you'd like to watch another video, go there. If you'd like to buy me a coffee, go there, and please subscribe to the channel.